HockeyAllsvenskan is the second highest league in the Swedish ice hockey system. As of the 2012-13 season, HockeyAllsvenskan has by far the highest average attendance of any second-tier league in Europe, averaging 3,227 spectators per game. Since the 2009-10 season, the league consists of 14 teams. Previous leagues called Allsvenskan, during seasons 1948-49 through 1974-75, Allsvenskan was the semi-official name of the first-level league, the official name being Division 1 Norra and Södra, comprising 6 teams each until 1955-56 and 8 teams each from 1956-57 to 1973-74. In 1974-75 it was played as one Division 1 league with 16 teams, leading up to the start in the 1975-76 season of the present SHL. The second highest level league had been called Division 2 since 1941-42, and was divided into 8 groups from 1957-58 on. The winners of these groups played in 2 qualification leagues, a northern and a southern one, from which 2 teams each were promoted. In the 1974-75 season the grouping was changed to have 6 groups. Each qualification league contained the winners of 3 groups and 1 each of the teams on places 9 and 10 in the 16-team league. Allsvenskan, when the then-named Elitserien started in 1975-76 as the top level with 10 teams, the new second-highest level league was called Division 1, in 4 groups. After a couple of years, it was settled into 10 teams each in these. Until the 1981-82 season, the Division 1 league were played over the entire season and followed by playoffs and kvalserien, the qualification league for the Elitserien. In 1982-83, however, the name Allsvenskan came back for a league starting after the Christmas and New Year's break of the season. The top 2 teams of each Division 1 league were promoted to the new Allsvenskan. The top 2 teams in the Allsvenskan played a best-of-5 final for promotion to Elitserien. The teams 3 to 6 in the Allsvenskan continued with playoffs and possibly kvalserien for the second open spot in the Elitserien. For the 1987-88 season, the Elitserien was expanded from 10 to 12 teams, and now also the 2 last teams in Elitserien by the end of the year were moved down for play in the Allsvenskan together with the top 8 Division 1 teams, still with a best-of-5 final between the top 2 teams, and playoffs for teams 3 to 8. For the 1996-97 season, the Elitserien changed and played with all 12 teams for the entire season. The Allsvenskan changed back to the 8 top teams from Division 1 only. The best-of-5 final was also abandoned. From here on, the top 2 teams were promoted directly to kvalserien, while the teams finishing 3 to 6 played playoffs for 2 more spots in kvalserien. In the 1999-2000 season, Allsvenskan Norra and Södra were inaugurated as a completely new second-level league consisting of 12 teams each. The top 4 teams from each of them were promoted for the later half of the season to the same kind of league as the previous years of Allsvenskan, but that league was named Super Allsvenskan. In the 1999-2000 season, no kvalserien was played for survival in Allsvenskan. Instead, the 4 worst teams in Allsvenskan were relegated to Division 1, while the 4 best teams in Division 1 were promoted to Allsvenskan. For the 2005-06 season, the number of teams was decreased from 2 by 12 to 16. The Norra and Södra sections were merged into a joint league named HockeyAllsvenskan, and the Superallsvenskan league was scrapped. HockeyAllsvenskan covers the entire regular season. Present HockeyAllsvenskan. The league is played as a round-robin tournament where all teams play each other 4 times during one season, twice at home and twice on the road, for a total of 52 games per team. After the regular season, 4 teams from the league play along with the 2 last-place teams from the SHL in a series called kvalserien, where the 2 winning teams are promoted to the SHL for the next season, while the bottom 4 teams are relegated to HockeyAllsvenskan. The top 3 finishing teams of the league advance to this kvalserien directly, and the teams ranked 4 through 7 battle for the 4th spot. Up until season 2009-10 they have met in 2 playoff rounds, but from the 2010-11 season they play a pre-qualification, round-robin league in 6 rounds, facing each other twice, once at home and once on the road, for a total of 6 games per team. The 2 last-place teams from HockeyAllsvenskan have to play in the kvalserien qualification against 4 Hockeyettan teams to avoid relegation. For the 2009-10 season, the number of teams in the league was decreased from 16 to 14. In the 2008-09 season, the last-place team was directly relegated, and the teams ranked 14 and 15 played in the qualification league, from which only the best team was qualified for the next HockeyAllsvenskan season. Participating teams. Attendance. HockeyAllsvenskan has seen a significant increase in average attendance per game since the first season of HockeyAllsvenskan in 2005-06. In the 2011-12 season, HockeyAllsvenskan had the highest average attendance number of any second-tier league in Europe, averaging 2,606 spectators per game. The following season, 2012-13, the average attendance increased to 3,227 spectators per game, a 23.8% increase over the 2011-12 season. HockeyAllsvenskan remained the European second-tier league with the highest average attendance as a result. This dramatic increase can be explained by the fact that Djurgårdens, who replaced Rögle BK's position in the league as a result of the 2012 kvalserien, averaged 6,184 spectators per game compared to Rögle, who just averaged 2,973 spectators, as well as the fact that Karlskrona HK and Asplöven HC, who replaced IF Sundsvall Hockey and Borås HC as a result of the 2012 kvalserien for HockeyAllsvenskan, averaged 2,161 spectators per game, while Sundsvall and Borås just averaged 1,033 spectators. Also, Örebro HK increased their average attendance from 2,445 to 3,618 spectators per game. In 7 years, the average attendance increased from 1,996 in the 2005-06 season to 3,227 spectators per game in the 2012-13 season, an increase of 61.7%. The following season saw a slight drop to 3,016 spectators per game, a decrease of 6.5% from the 2012-13 season. Attendance statistics television. Since the 2009-10 season, Viasat was taken over the television broadcasts from the TV4 group. In 2011, the contract was extended, with a new end date in 2016. The games was on mostly broadcast on Viasat Hockey, with some shown on TV10. Viasat's HockeyAllsvenskan TV broadcasts are also streamed on the internet through the paid online streaming service. Viaplay S24.se also airs games online on streaming internet TV. In 2015, C More Entertainment took over the rights. Previous seasons. 2005-06 season, Halmstad played in HockeyAllsvenskan this season, but due to the club's bankruptcy the team was disqualified. In Kvällsserien, Malmö and Skellefteå were promoted to play in Elitserien for the 2006-07 season. Leksand and Södertälje were both relegated from Elitserien. Arboga and Hammarby had to play the relegation rounds but managed to keep the spots in the league, coming in second respectively third after Huddinge, who had been relegated 1 year previously, but made it back after 1 year in Division 1. 2006-07 season. In the qualification rounds for Elitserien, Södertälje advanced to Elitserien while Malmö only finished third and was relegated to HockeyAllsvenskan. This season, Huddinge and Arboga had to play in the qualification series to stay in the league, but Arboga decided not to play because of the bad economic state of affairs. This meant that Arboga joined Division 1 in the 2007-08 season. Huddinge won the qualification series and thus continued to play in HockeyAllsvenskan for yet another season, while Borås finished second and advanced to HockeyAllsvenskan. 2007-08 season. In a closely played qualification battle for Elitserien, Rögle advanced to Elitserien at the cost of Mora, who finished fourth and was relegated to HockeyAllsvenskan. Huddinge and Hammarby finished last in the league this year and had to play in the qualification series to stay up. Hammarby, however, decided not to play because of economic issues. Huddinge did not survive the qualification group, which was won by the following season's newcomers Troja, Ljungby and Mariestad. However, in the summer, Nyköping was relegated to Division 1, not meeting the financial demands for being approved to play in the HockeyAllsvenskan, and Huddinge was promoted to fill in that spot. 2008-09 season. The 2008-09 season became the last season with 16 teams in HockeyAllsvenskan. On May 30, 2008, the board of the SIHA decided to decrease the number of teams to 14, starting from the 2009-10 season. In Kvällsserien, none of the 4 top teams from HockeyAllsvenskan succeeded in qualifying for the highest division this year. Instead, the 2 Elitserien teams Södertälje and Rögle managed to keep the spots. Because of the decreased number of teams for the next season, the last-place team, Mariestad, was directly relegated to the lower division instead of joining the teams placed 14th and 15th, who had to play the qualification group against 4 teams from Division 1. With just 1 team qualifying for HockeyAllsvenskan this season, neither Nybro nor Huddinge succeeded in staying in the 2nd division. Instead, Örebro took the available spot in HockeyAllsvenskan for the 2009-10 season. 2009-10 season. In Kvällsserien, AIK managed to promote to Elitserien at the expense of Rögle. Sundsvall and Oskarshamn ended up at the bottom of the league table and had to play a qualification series to re-qualify for HockeyAllsvenskan. The that Tingsryd came in second after Oskarshamn, earning promotion at the expense of Sundsvall. However, in June the Swedish Ice Hockey Association decided not to grant Björklöven elite license for the upcoming season due to financial concerns, and thus Björklöven was relegated to Division 1 and Sundsvall was given a spot in HockeyAllsvenskan next season, with AIK advancing to the Elitserien, and no other team from the area in the league, nor any new one promoted from Division 1. This meant that the 2010-11 season would be the first time ever with no team from the Stockholm area in the second-level league of Swedish ice hockey. 2010-11 season in Kvällsserien. Vaxholm managed to promote to Elitserien at the expense of Södertälje. The qualification system for the teams 4 to 7 to qualify for Kvällsserien was changed this season. Instead of a kind of playoff series, a pre-qualification system was used. The fourth-ranked team from HockeyAllsvenskan started with 4 points, the fifth-ranked team with 3 points, the sixth-ranked team with 2 points, and the seventh-ranked team with 1 point. The teams met each other 2 times, giving a total of 6 rounds. The 7th-ranked team, which was Mora, won the pre-qualification and thus reached the Kvällsserien. Troja, Ljungby and Tingsryd ended at 13th and 14th place respectively, and thus were forced to play in the Kvällsserien for HockeyAllsvenskan. Troja, Ljungby and Tingsryd ended 1st and 2nd respectively in the Kvällsserien and thus stayed in HockeyAllsvenskan for the 2011-12 season. This also meant that no team from Division 1 qualified for HockeyAllsvenskan this season. 2011-12 season in Kvällsserien. Rögle promoted to Elitserien at the expense of Djurgården. Rögle became the first HockeyAllsvenskan playoff team in history to promote to Elitserien, a feat which Örebro HK subsequently duplicated in 2013. In Kvällsserien for HockeyAllsvenskan, Borås re-qualified for HockeyAllsvenskan and Karlskrona promoted to HockeyAllsvenskan for the first time in the club's history, at the expense of Sundsvall. However, the SIHA did not grant Borås elite license for the 2012-13 season, and Borås were therefore relegated to Division 1, while Asplöven, the third-ranked team from the HockeyAllsvenskan Kvällsserien, took over the spot for the next HockeyAllsvenskan season.